Let's get into politics now, because with Robert and Price, usually on my show I only talk about religion, but with Robert and Price, there are two things you have to talk about besides religion, and that's comic book movies and superhero films and politics, because Bob has some let's just say some unique views on politics. So I voted for Hillary, or as you would say, Hitlery. I voted for Hillary in the elections, but obviously Robert and Price voted for Trump. And did Carol vote for Trump? Did your wife vote for Trump? Yeah. So Bob and his wife voted for Trump. So can you? Why do you say he's a good president when everybody disagrees? Richard Carrier, everybody disagrees with the view of even Bart Ehrman. I think Bart Ehrman was did he vote for Hillary? I can't.
I imagine he did.
I think even Bart Ehrman wasn't big on Trump. So can you just what are your thoughts on Trump, and why do you think that he'll make a good president when his approval ratings are the lowest it's ever been?
No, they zigzag, but that's just another version of the same question. Why approve of him when so many disapprove? Well, I think that a lot of people are just not informed and just accept what is spoon-fed them by late-night comedians, by spin doctors. I mean, I don't think anyone can deny that CNN and MSNBC are in the pocket of left-wing politicians. There's just no way to not see that. And obviously Fox is conservative. There's no reason to deny that, and it's obvious the Hollywood industry is, I think, in sheep-like devotion to the left and to other allied things like New Age belief. Julia Sweeney, an atheist advocate now and a great comedian, she dared give a TED talk debunking The Secret and all of that Oprah mind over matter stuff. Her buddies were shocked because the in crowd all accepts it, and it seems so obvious that it's groupthink. If they were all conservative, every new actor or entertainer that joined the group would be conservative. It's just lemming-like thinking, and especially when you hear what they have to say, it's often crazy vilification. That Trump has received awards from Jesse Jackson and others for promoting race reconciliation and the advancement of the poor and so on, but suddenly, oh no, he's racist. He has women executives that he pays the same as men. Oh no, he's a chauvinist. Supposedly, I mean, I'm sure he's been sexually mischievous. I doubt if he's cheating on his wife, but how do I know? But you're going to tell me that the Hollywood liberal crowd, they knew what Weinstein was doing. They didn't care until suddenly it was exposed. What? You know, like Claude Rains in Casablanca. I'm shocked to discover sexual harassment. Just hypocrites. Whereas, like, compare Obama and Hillary on the one hand with an enervating socialistic approach to the economy. Let's stymie the development of energy resources and therefore energy independence. Let's forbid offshore drilling. Let's give pseudo-scientific criticisms of fracking and all that. And why? Well, Obama made no secret about it. He thought that America was too successful, and that it was at the expense of the poor countries of the world. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. There is just bringing a little anthropology here as well as economics. Before capitalism, this kind of thing was true. Like the Roman elite was wealthy and cultured and leisure because they had all the money which they extracted by taxation from poor farmers and so on. That's what was happening throughout the ancient world. If you were rich, it was at the expense of the poor. But it's not what happens in capitalism. I'm sure there's individual abuses of everything, but capitalism made it possible with a free market to increase the amount of wealth. The middle class developed. There had never really been a middle class before. And mobility was possible, not possible in the ancient world. So the pre-capitalist model was what anthropologists call the theory of the limited good. There's only so much pie, and if I eat a big segment, I'm stealing what is rightly your slice. That's not the case if you can bake more pies, which capitalism makes possible. So the leftist view seems to be based on the limited good scenario. Oh, these other countries are poor because we succeed. Oh, is that so? Well, then maybe we had better reduce our footprint and take the economy down a few pegs and tell people this is the new normal. Get used to it. Jimmy Carter used to do this too. Whereas Trump says, no, that's not the way it works. Obama had never run so much as a lemonade stand. He was just in the comfy womb of the academic faculty lounge with theories that ought to be true, so let's pretend they are. Whereas Trump says, look, I know how the real world works. I'm a venture capitalist. I've taken risks. I've lost some, but won a whole lot. I'm fabulously wealthy. I don't deny it like Romney did because it's a good thing. Wouldn't you like to be wealthy? Capitalism makes that possible. Whereas Sanders and others, though being millionaires themselves, Nancy Pelosi, they're like Mother Teresa glorifying poverty. She was like, I think Hitchens was right about her. She was really a nut and an anti-humanist. You see, I can offend everybody. But I think that he was militarily, economically, Obama went around the world apologizing for American success and saying, gee, we're sorry we succeeded because that meant we were like the rich man and you were like Lazarus. No, that's not true. He promoted a narrative that America should be spelled with a K and that it was a force for evil in the country. Yeah, look at World War II. Who saved the world from the Nazis? Look at the incredible amount of foreign aid we give with no payback. America is a benign and beneficent influence throughout the world. There have been some bad stuff to happen, but these guys are buying into this anti-American nonsense. I won't stomach that. It's so self-hatred in the youth, and no wonder the youth have no historical memory. They don't realize what happens when you adopt socialism. You get Venezuela, and you get idiots like Sean Penn who think Trump is an enemy of mankind, but Hugo Chavez, ruthless socialist dictator, now there's a good guy. He wrecked the Venezuelan economy, once the most prosperous of Latin American nations. Now it's down the sewer. But Chavez, he's our man. Trump, who is in whose administration just a single year has reduced black and Hispanic unemployment, and now it's like 17 points higher with blacks' employment, and this never happened with Democratic policies. We're in or near Detroit. Detroit is a hellhole. They ought to have Kurt Russell make a movie, Escape from Detroit. And look at Chicago, murder capital USA with Rahm Emanuel. It's demonstrable that Democrat administrations are ruining things by making the voters dependent indigent serfs and hoodwinking them. I think of the scene in Gone with the Wind where the carpetbaggers are talking to the newly freed slaves, and they say, "We're your friends, and you're going to vote like your friends do." I think it's disgraceful, and they keep the poor in poverty. When Lyndon Johnson did the war on poverty, he said, "This is going to keep the N-words voting for us for the next 50 years." That about sums it up. And it seems to me that Democrats who used to be sane are now way off into the leftist twilight zone. And if Hillary had won, here is someone who is absolutely corrupt. The email scandal, the Uranium One scandal, the Clinton Foundation scandals, and smashing the BlackBerries that had these emails. She might as well just have a sign around her neck saying, "I'm a crook." And it astounded me that Democrats simply didn't care, which means you're asking for worse if this witch gets elected. I cannot imagine how anyone could vote for her. Trump may have been sexually frisky in a way I find disgusting, but he's not going to pull that kind of crap. And look at what he's done. The economy is booming, and in this nonsense. Well, that's really Obama's economy that he inherited. Oh, come on! You know that's not the case, especially since all the Wall Street people and the companies are giving $1,000 bonuses. They're saying it's because of Trump we can now trust the economy again. The way he stands up to these America-hating dictators like the fanatics in Iran and Rocket Man in North Korea. What did the Democrat administrations and George Bush do? They just kissed the butts of these people. Now, if you won't attack us today, we'll pay you, and we'll keep on paying you and pretending you're going to behave, though we know you won't. But we don't want to have to do anything. We wouldn't want to have any bloodshed. Oh, no. So we'll just keep paying you. Or we will temporize like the Europeans all do. Let's just shove it off into the future and hope somehow it's all solved. His immigration views. Trump never said that all Mexicans are rapists and crooks. I saw that speech as everybody else did. They misrepresent what he said. It's just disgusting, and I find I think that the people that are Trump haters are victims of media propaganda, or inexplicably they want socialism in America, and they simply lie about Trump.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, see, Trump. Why do you say he's going to fix the economy when
he's already done it? Look at what happens. And he's a businessman like no other president has been.
He's not a successful businessman.
Yes, he is. He's a billionaire.
Trump vodka failed. Trump University failed. Trump Airlines failed. Look at the failures. Just look.
I am. That's why I say he's a venture capitalist. You've got to try experiments. You're not going to win all of them, but he won enough of them to be this great developer who gets things done quick and under budget, and he's accomplished all sorts of things.
Didn't he file for bankruptcy too?
Yeah, he did. He said that's some sort of tax loophole thing. I don't understand it. But there's no guarantee. People think this is a criticism of him. I mean, if he was a bum living in a sleeping bag under the escalator in Port Authority, that'd be one thing. But look at what he has, what he does, what he is. The people that say, oh, you mean some of his endeavors tanked? This reveals the socialist mentality. We have to have a universal equality, even if it's an equality of poverty. Everybody can be equal, even if they're equally destitute. We have to give everybody a trophy. There can't be any losers, so there's not going to be any winners. So if you have a socialist economy, whereas and this in the Soviet Union, as they used to say, everybody's employed. Of course, there's three guys pushing the same broom and getting paid hardly anything. If that's your definition of full employment, go with it. But this idea that you can't fail because you can't risk, let's have a guaranteed mediocrity, that's fatal. That just makes an equality of poverty.